I want to know what you thought it could have been in the front of the room.
Yeah.
When you thought Jeff was saying, "Hey, Andy, there's someone. Wait, did you think it was like?
Did you? I think the Anti-Defamation League or.
Too much Netanyahu talk.
Or finally, Adam Sandler comes down to confront me.
There's just a coalition there. And they all have like great biceps.
Leno's out there.
Wait, Leno.
Hey.
What are you doing here?
Hey, did you like comedy? Dan Harmon, I love that guy. Dan Harmon, yeah, the guy with the podcast. Sure, yeah. Just write jokes.
Well, Leno, do you know why you're here?
No. I gotta go. You see, I got a roadster outside. If anybody wants to look at that.
Hey, Leno.
Do you know that Jay Leno has a car that runs on his patented head shake?
That's renewable energy. That's a green source.
He's leaving only footprints.
This car, I keep my hamburger buns in it.
Leno, can I get in your car and just take one quick ride?
Sure. Yeah. Sure.
Wow, this is amazing. This car looks great.
Can you believe it? It almost makes up for my lack of personality.
How about one of my favorite things you ever did? You were at Igby's and you went off on Dennis Miller for 100 years.
Hey, look, it's like Crime and Punishment with Koralchnikov, and
he's so sad now. He sells smart. You listen to him on AM radio? Do you ever? I do sometimes when I'm driving home. Oh God, he sells something called Smart Mouth. Like he sells these products, and you know he hates doing it. But he's like, yeah, Smart Mouth, like a breath ashore type thing. Because he's got a smart mouth. It's a marriage made in heaven.
Oh, synergy,
conservative heaven.
If you like synergy, baby.
Synergy.
I haven't seen this much synergy since Pepsi turned out to be the most favorite soda in Back to the Future 2.
Yeah. Look, Heisenberg. The only uncertainty I see is some other reference that really. He also goes. He just but. How can you be doing comedy for 30 years?
But was he a switcher? Was he liberal when?
Well, here's the truth. I think the truth is that. He used to Kevin Rooney was the guy who used to work on his show, and I think Kevin Rooney was very politically aware. But I don't think Dennis Miller was ever that politically aware. But he was funny. Right. The black and white movie.
But he was like a liberal guy, right? Like I thought I remember.
But I think he was a faux liberal. I think he was always.
He was a people pleaser, that's good enough for me. that's you're done as a liberal. Like just be a people pleaser.
Well, I thought he was always unpleasant.
No, but I mean, he was trying. I mean, that was his goal. I'm saying, like, if that's your goal, then you're fine. Because that will lead you to all the right votes and all the right behaviors. Like, right? Otherwise, you're going like, well, I got to protect me and mine. Or like, okay, well, now you're getting into...
Yeah, he lives up... I mean, it's just unbelievable. This guy lives rich, filthy rich, lives up in Santa Barbara, but he's still miserable since 9/11. Miserable, like it was personal.
Since 9/11?
No, that's it. That was what it was.
Are you
that
sure
turned
you didn't
him.
get miserable and then use that as like I'm using my divorce? I'm just like, I'm getting divorced. Like, come on, you were already a piece of shit. These colors don't run.
Andy, you were in San Francisco, right? Or no, L.A.
Where did I start? You mean?
Yeah.
Well, I'm from New York, but I started out in L.A.
Okay, so you weren't one of the San Francisco.
No, but I knew. But I used to go up in the late '80s and early '90s and knew all those guys when they were living up there. David Feldman and Brian Posehn and all those guys. Yeah.
What was it like? I hate to dwell on because I'll never. Dennis Miller, I remember his special, Mr. Miller Goes to Washington. Do you remember that?
Is this after the change?
I don't think it was. No, it was way before 9/11. Is that what you mean?
I don't remember that change. Yeah.
Well, I don't know where the change happened. That's why I'm asking. So I don't know.
No, it was after 9/11 because he used to have his most famous one is it's black and white is the funniest one. But I don't even know if that would be funny if I watched it now.
Was he like? Could he have a conservative slant in that? I'm just so curious about Dennis Miller's
I think
political.
he was more like he would be liberal, like about gay issues and things like that. But then he would be like, "Yeah, fry him." One of those,
right. So like libertarian, like that's right. It's like
so
liberal gives way. It's like yeah, hey, like who cares about gay people as long as I got money? Boom.
Right, but also he had great writers on the old Dennis Miller Show. So I think people thought that he was a politically aware guy. I don't think he really ever was. I think he's a guy who knows references but doesn't really know what they mean necessarily. What is this, like calling it a Scots?
He's like Hal.
Right. Hal. He's like got an encyclopedic memory for any reference.
Oh.
Like I'm Roy Rogers. All of a sudden, Trigger's on vacation there, and
I hate those people.
Look, Marlena Dietrich. These people don't even care. Nobody cares about him anymore.
No,
that's the nice thing. That's the thing that's good about it.
Who do you think is funny right now? Who do you think is kicking ass?
I love Adomian. James Adomian. There's so many great people. Maria Bamford. There's so many great people. I always my mind. Ron Funches.
Oh yeah.
Sheila McRae. Connie.
Cheers to Andy Kindler for keeping a gender balance, and his shout out to young comics of the day.
Yeah.
Cheers to the same Kindler for evoking the ghost of pirates. Shiver my keer!
Shiver my timbers!
The pieces of 8 will be on your pox. I will guard this locker with me very barnacle-laden soul. Plus, this airline food is unacceptable.
If you could resurrect Andy, like somebody dead, like a dead comic, you could go see him do a set right now. If you could bring anybody back,
I would pick Lenny Bruce because the only thing that I've seen is, and I actually enjoy it, but a lot of people don't like it, is the performance film, which is the last.
Yeah.
So I've seen things on Steve Allen, but like Richard Pryor, we have that concert film, which is still the greatest thing of all time. I think that specially made, but we don't have that of Lenny Bruce as much, except on the record. Yeah. So I'd love to have seen him in the club.
Yeah, the stuff I've seen Lenny Bruce, like you don't like, it doesn't match up with how funny he was to people that you know or like what they're talking about. They saw him perform live. Like their relationship with Lenny Bruce is way different than what I get.
Or the movie Lenny, for example, which is like nothing like Lenny Bruce at all.
What about Bill Hicks? You must have.
I got to work with him. I was very lucky. I got to work with Bill Hicks the week after he got sober in 1988. 3 weeks in a row, and he had just gotten, and he was like kind of so angry and so hilarious. Like one night I was in Grand Rapids, Michigan. He goes, "Yep, next week I'll be on Letterman. You people will still be here in this shithole."
He got so activated. Have we? Because I saw that documentary about him that was like largely pictures. Did you see that one?
I haven't seen that.
It's like the myth of Bill Hicks. I will very, very readily accept that the myth is 100% and more like accurate. But I also wonder, do comics need that figure in their life of the guy that went rogue and became the funniest guy in the world, and then
pass away? Well, I don't know. But it's like a lot of people see him and they go. I mean, I think he's one of these things like people who did see Lenny Bruce live or did see. I mean, Bill Hicks live was unbelievable because he was so seamless. He was so like seamless in that he was talking to the crowd the way he would talk, and so I think that might be missed if you see his stuff on video.
Right.
I don't know. I mean, he has a lot of stuff on that he filmed, but
and people get caught up in the I don't know. They get caught up in the fucking like.
Well, a lot of comics tried to be like him too.
Well, that's the worst of them all. Yeah. Oh, I did stand up when I was in Milwaukee in the post Bill Hicks fucking mayhem.
Right. Everybody had the.
I was like, dude, you're not that mad about anything.
You
love cheese curds so much. You were so funny 8 minutes ago. Talking about how much you love cheese
when
curds.
You did it, your entire club was bricks everywhere. Not just the wall.
No, you couldn't find a door to save your life. That's what drove Bill Hicks out of his mind. Yeah, it's like.